All right, guys. So today I have Luke. For all of you who don't know who Luke is, I'm going to show you in a second. But
Uh,
Luke has been extremely successful on social media. So let me just, guys, show you, for example, his pages. So for those who aren't aware of Luke, this is his Instagram. This is with Daddy C Bump when he was hanging out, and also his bread and butter, his TikTok. Luke, this was just like 166 the other day, man.
yeah, she's a grower.
I like it. I like it. So this is where Luke's bread and butter is. I mean, so these are some of the funniest fucking videos like
Thank you.
you'll ever see. I'm incredibly entertained. The only reason I'm not following you here, Luke, because
He's lying.
this isn't my account. This is just fucking boot up. But
Nah, he
guys,
doesn't follow me, guys. That's the type of guy Patrick is, just so you know.
but guys, you could definitely check him out on TikTok. So I wanted to bring Luke on to give kind of like a perspective because we're in kind of in a generation aspect where social media and fitness have kind of unified, right? And they're having babies, and these babies are like Luke, right? Where they love fitness, they love bodybuilding, but their platform may not be, let's say, national stage or pro level, right? Their platform is the social media influence, right? Because everybody, there we have, for example, let's say we have a pro, let's say, Branch Warren or whatever, we have a pro whose influence comes from the stage, while Luke's influence comes from the social media. So, Luke, first of all, you're like what, 15, 16?
16 what?
Oh, how old are you again, Luke?
That's funny. Yeah, very funny, Patrick. I see what you're trying to do there, but come on. 25, 25. I wish
Gotcha.
I was 15.
So, look, where was this transitioning, man? Because listen, I assume you were just, the kid in it. You started as the kid in the gym. How did it all transition, man? Like, what happened, dude? What made you like go a different route and all this stuff?
You like lifting,
Yeah, like lifting and then
lifting or social media?
So I assume you started out lifting, right? And
Right.
then social media became present. You were just regularly posting. At
Yep,
what
yep.
point were you like, I gotta do something more with social media? This is a lot of fun.
Okay, so I'll run it down really quick, so it's not like a super long story, but to give you some background, like I grew up with like a dad that like lifted every day. You know
Uh
what I
huh.
mean? So, and I mean like from like when I was young, I used to remember going into the basement and
I'm
he
dad. I'm dad.
what?
Pop. I'm dad. Pops. I'm.
Yeah,
I'm
my genetic dad.
Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
You are dad, but not in this particular case. So yeah, so I just remember I remember it was like a wooden door and it was always closed. And eventually like it wasn't always closed because he let me in, but like that's how it always seemed that as a memory as an infant or whatever, however old I was at the time. And yeah, there was like it was very small. It was like a normal size room. Okay, let's just go with that. And he had a leg press, he had a calf raise machine, he had a bench press, he had like standard um can't believe I can't even think of the name right
So he had all
now.
these machines in a normal
Yeah,
sized room.
right, right. And it was like all hardcore metal. It's like a dungeon. And
Yeah.
I started there, honestly. I started lifting when I was like very, very young. I used to like put me under the bench and I bench the bar and he used to track like how many reps I would do.
That's
So I
pretty
grew
cool.
up benching. I would do it here and there. It was never a consistent thing. I got older. As I got older, I was on and off. Like sometimes I would bench with him, sometimes I wouldn't. But that's all like how it originated. And eventually I just started doing it like once every 3 weeks. This is what early teens, and eventually I'd do it every week. And then benching every or week turned into 2 weeks, turned into just adding more body parts. So I started doing back, started doing arms, I started doing legs. Um, by the time I was like a junior in high school. And then so like 16, 17 years
Hmm.
old. And then that's when it really took off. That's why I really started training like all the time. I got a gym membership at Retro Fitness. That was my first gym membership, just to get more machines and stuff because I
Yeah.
was just lifting in uh my garage. My garage. So eventually the basement gym went to the garage and then we had some like addition done to the house and then it just became a gym room. And
Hmm.
then I would work out there, probably bench, power lift movements at the house gym and then go to Retro. And I did that from junior year to senior year. And then after senior year, my parents and my whole house moved to South Carolina. And
Okay.
that's where I was like, shit, I'm gonna start filming this shit. I'm gonna start putting this on YouTube. And that's where I started. And I was always kind of posting like fitness related stuff on my IG at a certain point, but it was like lifestyle stuff I would do like high school, and then some fitness stuff, and then it just became all fitness. And that was after I graduated high school in 2016.
Gotcha.
Hopefully that wasn't too much. I hope I didn't talk for like way too long, but
No, we got it. You worked out in a room that was the size of a warehouse, and there was a lot of machines. And then you moved into a gigantic garage. When you were now, you started with Instagram and you were on there. There had to be a certain point where your stuff went, oh, that's just some guy on Instagram, to who's this guy on Instagram, or who's this guy on social media who's making pretty cool stuff. Like, when was like the point that like flipped it for you?
I think more recently, like super recently, honestly.
How long have you been back in Jersey and training in it? Because you came to Jersey and went right to a Pollen gym, or
Like a year and a half. Oh wait, what do you mean?
because you said you lived in South Carolina, right?
Right.
And then when did you move back to Jersey?
Year and a half ago or so.
And that's when you started training in a Pollen?
No, I always trained. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. Okay.
All right.
So when I moved to South Carolina, that's when I started filming myself. That's when I started, that sounded weird. That's when I started like filming like workout content and vlogs and yada, yada, yada. And then I think it was the summer before I moved. So I had the last summer in New Jersey, and I think it was then where I found a Pollen gym because I was into my powerlifting, right? So
Yeah.
not like super strict, but I loved my compound movements. I love deadlifting, love squatting, blah blah blah. And since my garage gym moved, I didn't have a deadlift bar, right? We had a Texas deadlift bar, and I knew Retro didn't have one, so I had to like search. I just like called around for gyms in the area that would have one, would carry a deadlift bar, and that's where we stumbled across a Pollen. I didn't know about the nutrition. I never heard of the place before, to be honest. And since then, it was just like never not went there. I mean, I would go back and forth to New Jersey and South Carolina, but every time I visited Jersey, it was always a Pollen. And at some point in between, we started working together, and I started representing Pollen Nutrition.
That's when you moved into the gym and you lived in the locker rooms, right?
Right. Exactly.
All right. So now, when did you? It was TikTok that blew up for you the quickest, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
undoubtedly.
And when did you jump on? When did you jump on that platform? Recently, or were you growing up for a while?
I would have to look at it. I want to say 2019. No.
So that's not very, to me, recent for TikTok growth is like less than a year.
Right. So it hasn't. I'm gonna scroll down my TikTok right now just to find out the exact date in which I began this.
But it was. You would say it would be this year that when it actually like blew up for you.
Yes. Definitely.
Gotcha.
This year was like 30K, or not even a year, like way less than a year, 30K to like what I'm at now.
170, yeah.
Yeah. So definitely. And it was just successful because like TikTok, you don't necessarily need to get anything from it. You can get a lot of views and a lot of followers and like, yeah, but that doesn't really, it doesn't necessarily have to translate over to like people actually liking you and actually like being inspired and motivated in this case. So that's also like a big part of it. It's like you built more of a fan base, you built more of a solid following rather than just followers.
When did you notice that you actually were growing a fan base? So to me, fan base isn't likes and comments. To me, fan base is individuals message you constantly or coming to see you, or you're able, or you're starting to influence other people. When did that start happening for you?
Whoa.
And how did you notice it? Like, when did you notice where you were like, oh shit?
Well, I would say I kind of noticed, I got a little sample of it back when I was doing YouTube consistently. Okay. Because you'd see the same people always showing love,
Yeah.
however many handful. And back when there was YouTube, it wasn't really a whole lot, but I'd always get DMs on Instagram, even from like sort of the very beginning, of people saying like, "Damn, like this post made my day," or like, "You motivated me to work out," blah blah blah. "You made me laugh," whatever it was, and that's where like always stuck with me. Like, even if it's just a few people, like that really meant a lot. And that really like fired me up to like continue to post more videos, even if my YouTube videos weren't really getting the success that I wanted. Seeing those comments were like, that's when I kind of knew. And that's why I've honestly gotten to this point, because without those people saying those things, I don't really see, I wouldn't have seen a point, because it was never the money or anything. It wasn't like, oh, I want to be a
Yeah,
famous
yeah, I got you.
guy. I want some money. Like, I think it looks cool. It was like, I really just wanted to do it because I loved lifting. And I wanted to like showcase like my journey. Cause
It be,
mine's so different. Like I'm so different than most gym goers, to be honest with you.
yeah,
In
it's
certain things.
your success, in my opinion, would be it came organic, right? So, for example, before my TikTok was fucking shadow banned for fucking months, I
Yes.
I opened it to just to put breakdown of supplements and ingredients on a page, because I noticed my Instagram page, um pages, like, that's my advice also to people is, especially from my angle, pages have to flow, right? They have to have some kind of flow and origin. So my page, because I had clothing, then I wanted to talk about supplements. I wanted to talk about new products. I felt like it was becoming too overset packed within that one platform. So I
Right.
wanted to move, especially when it comes to talking about ingredients, because I noticed on Instagram I could sit there on the camera and break down a product. It's not really getting that exposure. So I was like, all right, let me put it on TikTok, so at least I can send people there about ingredients, and I can keep, the store page to itself. I can keep the clothing page to itself, and so forth.
Right.
And I saw, and like in that instant, like I remember I made it the first month, I hit like my first goal was to hit 1,000 followers, just so I could put, yeah, so just so I could put um the website in my profile, and hope that I can, influence people to go to the page and buy. So that was the first month. The second month, I was on 20,000 followers. The third month, I was on 60,000 followers. The fourth month, I was on like 75, and then it started getting blocked off and pulled
Oh,
back. But within 3 months, just from me being organic, not even doing anything purposely, it exploded. And when I asked about the fan base, is at its highest point, I had individuals who were started coming to all the stores only simply because they saw this my page pop up on TikTok. Because I had my employees text me like, "Yeah, somebody saw your TikTok and literally came in and wanted this product that you were talking about." It even became more surreal when my Edison store, when there was three kids who drove from New York 90 minutes
that's tough.
to the store. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
but again, it's an organic type of aspect. Your success was from organic. So, the moral of the story is, for anybody that's trying to make a social media platform and be successful, just like a business or anything else, you have to fucking love it. Like, you have to be doing it
Yeah.
organically for what you love. Because if you're doing it for either the money or for followers and so forth, it's you're gonna have a wave, and then a wave's gonna crash, and you're gonna be
Yeah, because
technically done.
it won't last, unless you like magically get lucky and you actually just blow right up to the point where
Yes.
you're making money and you're
Yes.
that guy. You're literally exactly what you wanted. But like in most cases, that doesn't happen, and it's a fucking ride, man. And if you don't love what you're doing or love what you're putting out, like it won't last, no doubt.
Yeah, and the other thing is too, like, if it's not organic, are you gonna really want to keep putting out the same content after 6 months, nine
Right,
months,
right.
12 months? Like you're gonna get kind of bored, and then the shit's gonna fall off. So I think that was like the huge aspect. Now, how surprised were you when you were at the Natural Body event, and this was the first event for Pollen where you were basically featured. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It coincided with the pre around your name, your collaboration and so forth. Um, how did it feel, man? Like with everybody coming up to you to like think about that. Cause I get those, like I understand that feeling. I'm
Right.
nobody. I'm nobody, but when I get somebody come up and it's like, dude, I know who you are, da da da, I want to take a picture with you. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy. I almost like, I don't know, like it's always like a warm feeling when that happens. Like it's really fast. It happens really fast and it's like brief usually, but like it definitely feels good, you know. It's dope. I think it's really it's a cool feeling for sure.
Yeah. And
Um,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I mean that's like it's a cool feeling for sure. Like that's how it
and
feels.
yeah, and it's pretty exciting, especially to have. I mean, think about it. You had a collaboration pre that came out, and it's successful, right?
Oh,
So
in that sense, like I'm honored to obviously just be able to represent, like just be there in general, and then having my own pre collaboration with the company is just like definitely didn't picture this like a year ago at all. Like it wasn't a part of the plan. I
yeah,
didn't have much of a plan to be honest, but like I definitely didn't see this coming.
it was
For sure.
funny. It was funny because I remember talking to Rob, and this was well over 6 months, even 9 months, and I remember him bringing you up. I remember he used to talk about code usage on the team, like the whole Pollen team and everything else. And I remember he used to be like, "Yeah, social media, man. I have this one kid. He doesn't even compete. He's always in a gym. He's real funny, does his thing, and his fucking code gets used nonstop. Like, what is going on?" And I remember talking to him at the
How
time.
long ago was this?
This was a while ago, dude.
Funny.
This was even a while ago. And I remember talking to him, and I'm like, and this is before I even know who you were, because I still didn't even know who you were. I didn't know who you were till a little bit later.
Okay.
And I remember talking to him and and bringing it up, be like, listen, man, the things are changing, right? The way companies should kind of operate and influence the way it's moving, and what demographics are sliding more into fitness and so forth. And I remember we had those conversations, often, me and him, and fast forward, boom.
Right. Right. And I feel like even he even still says it almost like he just never saw this phase of like
Well, we none of us listen. I'm an old man, and
right. So you
Rob's an
too like
yeah.
not, no, not like that. I'm not saying you're old too.
No, I'm messing. I never listen. I never predicted. Look, there's phases all the time, right? There was, like, for example, there was, early 2000. You have the meathead phase, right? All the fucking
Right.
juice heads in the gym, wearing big gigantic clothes and fucking yelling at each
Oh
other
yeah.
and being angry. Then you had the CrossFit phase, which is basically just make the exercise happen however you want. So there's like a
Right.
huge
There was a
CrossFit.
phase for that.
Yes, there was, where CrossFit gyms were popping up all over the place. It was like
Dang.
I seen it. It was like a trend, like a huge trend.
Like,
Then and then I saw there was a huge trend, and it's not like it's not popular towards Gymshark, right? So Gymshark's still extremely popular, but there was a trend where it was just every fucking kid everywhere, right? From kid to adult, just
oh yeah.
Gymshark.
Oh yeah. I was on that. I was on that
Yes,
when I
yes,
was like 16, 17. I think it was just it was UK based only.
yes,
And
yes.
I was like, I thought I remember getting Gymshark before it like blew up. And I remember thinking like this, like I didn't even know if it was like I didn't really know how cool it was or anything. I just remember thinking like I'm cool because I have like this specific like gym branded
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
and everyone was still wearing like Nike, Under Armour, whatever the hell like their mom bought them. Like
Yep. So
so
that was a trend, and then the next transition, which we're in now, had to do with Chris. Like that is the next transition. So currently we are in the Chris bum era, mustache, haircut like Chris, short shorts,
True.
bigger tees. So that's the
I don't do
transition.
that. I like the short shorts. I don't think I got it from Chris. That's for sure.
Well, no,
But
I never said you do, but I'm
I
saying
know.
like the general
I'm just thinking
trend.
about myself too, and I'm like, yeah, I never got into the baggy shirt. I'm too short, yo. I can't wear a baggy shirt. Then I just look even shorter.
It's a good point. That's a good
You
point.
know what I mean?
That's a good point.
That's why
Plus,
I'm like not mad that my back genetics aren't like I'm not mad that my back genetics are like subpar, like because like if I had a super wide back, like I feel like I'd just feel really short.
gotcha. Plus, you wear a lot of tight clothes, so it makes you look so much bigger. Like right now, your shirt's painted on you. It's not even a shirt. That's how tight it is. So that's so we're in a Chris era, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing is too, like, because I talk about this all the time. And I did a podcast with Kyle, and we talked about it a little bit too. And it was every era, right? You have the trend, and then you have the haters, right? And I feel like the most hate, like especially the hate towards Gymshark, the hate later on towards like the younger youth with like like C bump and so forth, is coming
Right.
from the generations beforehand. And the one motto that kind of stuck in my head when it was brought up to me is the generation currently, what they're doing, they are going to be us. So it's really our job, right, to accept it, not truly, like, you don't have to integrate into it, but accept it in a positive way, and don't be the negative person that you're
Right.
talking about the brand. So no, basically what I'm saying is somebody that doesn't like that trend, they could talk shit, they could be negative about it. But another person, like say for me, that might not be a trend for me, right? But I'm
Right.
happy those kids are there because it helps fitness. And what I can do is I can go be positive and maybe give them a pointer or a tip.
Right.
Because 95% of those kids, they're not going to be assholes, especially if you come up in a positive way, introduce yourself, and just
Hell
show
yeah.
them. They may not take the idea of what you're showing them, but they're still going to listen. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Right.
So I think that's like the big thing with the industry, man. And for you fit right in, because you use tripods. And no, I'm just kidding. No, you fit in because listen, you fit in because the big point now is, each trend has a certain type of role model, right? So the role model right now is to look fit, but not like be freaky, right? Like you look fit to a point where you're gonna you look fit. You look fit where girls want find you attractive versus you look fucking freaky or too big where girls are like, all right, nah, that's too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No preference. No, I know 100%. I understand what you're saying.
Because it's that classic physique look for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely not freaky looking. I don't think. I wouldn't want to either. I like staying like I like where I'm at. Like I want to get bigger. I want to get stronger. I want to get more dense. But like that shit takes time. Like I'm working on it every day. But
plus
like,
you're a good 170, man. So that's all that matters.
Yo, missed by like 10 pounds. Like I need every pound you can get. 170, man, dude. I'm like 180 and change. But I'm like 5'8", so that's pretty good. Like the doctor would say, like that's above a normal body weight.
Right, of course. So the doctor would be like, "You're too fucking big," and that's when you flex.
Right. I still get that though. By the way, for my height, I got that before, so I was like, "Yo."
Yeah, I'm mortally obese, so it's okay.
Oh, that'd be true too. You way more than you have the average man for your height.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm way above. I'm extremely way above.
So jacked though.
That's what it is, right? Just a big pile of fucking muscle, right? Just everywhere.
3D delts and the fucking wings in the back.
I knew it. Yep, just fucking fly away. Mm-hmm. Now, what's it called? Now back to social media. Now, What would you say the biggest advice would be for the younger generation that are trying to do the right thing, and trying to make themselves, trying to make something out of social media? And the advice, besides being organic, right? What would be some of the other advice you would give them?
Besides, like,
Besides
yeah,
being real and doing it because you love it.
advice, consistency,
I was gonna.
obviously.
I feel like you're about to go with just go with some fucking luck. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, just good luck. Honestly, like, definitely take some a little bit. I think that's in there for sure. Like certain things, like I feel like there's no luck. There's a luck in the pace in which you could blow up for sure.
Yeah.
Like some people might just get more lucky and just get pushed up,
Yeah, yeah.
But
You mentioned it, one consistency.
consistency for sure. Like definitely consistent. You just want to show your face, show your face, show your face. But like obviously organic, be you. He said not to use that, but I just gotta say it to knock that one out.
Yes.
Just that's like the biggest thing, dude. You stole that from me.
I like it, Luke. You are just a complete.
Let me think. Let me actually think for a second.
If you were a teacher in school, I feel like I already failed.
What, with me?
Yes, if you were my teacher, I think I would be like, I learned absolutely nothing today.
Sorry, man. I didn't know I was gonna do a TED Talk today.
Listen,
no, I'm thinking no.
I figured
really what it is though. Like there's no more better advice to give someone than just to be you, because like people could tell when you're faking shit. People could tell when you don't like what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And like that's like pretty much what it is for you to blow up. Otherwise, if you're not your true self, then no one's gonna really find you unique, because only your true self is different than everybody else out there. You know what I mean? But you start trying to replicate and pretend and copy whatever. I mean, yeah, it works for some people. I've seen people do it, but like the guys that like copy Mr. Beast video, copy and paste it. Actually, like, you ever seen that? I know it's like not fitness related, but Mr. Beast has like 100 million, whatever. Everyone knows who he is. I'm just gonna throw that as an example. But like people actually do copy his shit, and like it works for them. But I mean, like especially in fitness though, it's not like that. Like you really do have to be true to yourself and be as much as yourself as you can display on like a camera. I feel for me that's what it is, because like I just started recently putting out like my humor, my goofy side.
I'm gonna put a word to it.
What?
I'm gonna put a word to everything you're saying right now.
What do you mean?
Personality.
Yes. Damn, you make me sound dumb.
No, it's okay. I just like to squeeze things in.
I don't want to hear that. It's okay. Like that.
So Luke agreed with me about organic. Luke agreed with me about consistency. And I help Luke find the word of personality.
You're really doing me like that.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Luke, if you didn't have a personality, I would not watch your shit. And I'm going to say that about everybody that puts social media things out. If you cannot portray your true personality, even if it's, or if you create a personality for, and you stay consistent with it, that is the biggest thing. Because listen, there's a difference between doing a workout video and there's a difference between doing a personality workout video where you're able to talk, vlog in between, and people will watch that 100 times over because everybody's tired of the workout video with the camera going up and fucking down and sideways.
Yeah, I got tired of posting them.
Yeah, there's no weight being moved whatsoever. Like, what is this? Just somebody flexing? The shit gets boring, right? It gets boring. And if I wanted to see men flexing, I'd just click on, some gay porn site or something. You know what I mean? Like,
got any suggestions for the viewers?
Yes, that's the suggestion for the viewers, guys.
Okay.
But no, I think the biggest thing is without a doubt personality, man. And social media trends are changing. I mean, something as simple as,
I'm gonna take this off. This is a joke.
Oh, you weren't using them?
Oh, bro, they were just sitting on my head. It was a
joke.
joke.
My God, I knew things were going down when they were like up here. That's like, all right, guys, let me listen to you.
That's funny.
So with the trends and so forth, social media changes a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all the time.
you know, think about Instagram. For those listening, you know, before you could, you know, do all your consistent pictures where you just post posing or whatever picture, right? Well, now you got to turn some of those pictures into some kind of clip with music, and people enjoy that a lot more than something else. Listen, I never thought I'd be making fucking skits on my store page.
That's crazy. Yeah. Like 10
Right.
years ago. Well, I don't know when you started. I'm just like throwing out a number.
Just because I'm old, so you're throwing random numbers out. I started.
Stop.
It's
That's not
it's
why I
uh
thought that.
it's
Not why I
all
thought that.
it's almost actually it's gonna be 5 years in December.
Okay.
Like that way. But I never like I was listen, I was the one before, like when I first opened the store, I would say the first 6 months, I was the one that was always like, I didn't understand the the Gymshark thing. I don't understand then the C bump like trends. I didn't get like the videos. Dude, I used to make fun of fucking TikTok, and next thing you know, I'm making TikTok videos.
Yo, I used to make fun of TikToks before I downloaded TikTok. I
Yeah,
was so against it. My brother actually told me to make one like right when it came out, like when I should have. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like that would have been like best case scenario. But now I waited like 2 years or some shit, like a year and a half, whatever. And then I finally made a video, and then they were fun to make. And then I just start posting, and then they are just random. Some of them are so bad. Don't ever scroll to the bottom of my TikTok unless you want to like throw it for how cringy it is. But I guess one day I'll probably look back at the skits I'm doing and think they're like really cringy too. Some of them are, but gotta do what you gotta do.
You know what? It's still personality, man. It's
Oh yeah, no.
you know what it is because
But then
you
I
know,
still decided to film it. Say
yeah,
whatever I said. So
yeah, because we listen, we use different ways to show our personality, and at the same time, we can use different ways, you know, to help people too with the videos
right.
and so forth. Because you listen, some can be funny, but some can be funny and still help at the same time. So
No, exactly.
I would say for sure. So what's the next plans for you?
Next plans.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. Keep it on it with you, bro.
All right. What do you see Luke in 5 years?
Hope you making some money, yo. I'm broke.
Well, 5 years is a long time. Maybe six.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's a long time. You can't
maybe
be
a year. How about a year? Let's do a year.
Yo, dude, I hate questions like
We're
this.
gonna go with nothing, right? All right, we're gonna go.
I don't look forward in time like that.
Yeah,
And I don't look ahead and think like where I want to be. And that's not like some people love that shit.
you live in a moment.
Love having everything like this is like the goals, like their goal. I have goals, but they're just so like I just have mini goals every day.
Yeah,
Like get this done, get that done.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. Like obviously I have goals. Like I want to hit like a certain amount of followers by a certain time. Like I'm sure, but I don't really sit there and like ponder about that. I'm more like what I need, what I want, and what I want to succeed today.
yeah.
What
about within your fitness? Because listen, you train every day.
Yeah.
You train. You actually you train for real. It's not like you bullshit. Do you have any other? Do you have like other goals for fitness besides looking juicy and swole? And do you use oil often?
Oil
Yeah, like on your body when you do videos because you look shiny.
all the fucking time. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, actually, I've done them for a few shoots, but never actually for a skit or anything like that. Done them for shoots though, like real shoots, like you know what I mean. For skits and shit, it's probably just sweat. I sweat a lot,
Sure.
especially in the summer. Come on,
It's oil or sweat, bro. I got you.
dude. I swear, some of the like when I used to lift in my garage in South Carolina, dude, it'd be so hot, humid. I'd literally my pictures back then all look like I'd oiled myself up.
Right.
People actually probably thought I did. I just glisten like that.
Yeah, that's like a Greek god.
No, yeah. It happens.
So back to the fitness question.
Yeah, sorry,
It's okay. We're talking about sweaty and oiled up and stuff. So do you have all jokes aside, do you have any like fitness aspirations besides like just improving your body and just loving what you love to do?
Yeah. Shit. I mean, I love the gym the most, like more than all the social media stuff.
Would you ever see yourself trying to get a step on stage just to do it?
You know, people ask me that all the time, and I just like, I'm not your for someone that lifts every single day, lifts serious, has like a decent physique, some would say at least.
Debatable.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. Um, I've never wanted to. No, like
I got
I'm
you.
not like somebody that I've never meal prepped in my life. Let's
Wow.
just throw that out there. Never.
Wow. You just fucking made me feel
I've
like
never
shit.
tracked anything either.
Wow. You just made me feel like more shit.
Sorry, that wasn't my intention at all.
Jesus
Yeah, I wasn't trying
Christ.
to like sit here and like sound cocky, or like, oh, I'm cool. I don't need to do any of that. That wasn't my thing. That wasn't what I was trying to do. I'm literally just saying like that's how. Like,
I know what you're referring to. You're referring to you do what you do because you love it, right?
right.
You're still young and your work ethics are extremely on top. So your body's still fully responding to its maximum potential. You know what I'm saying? And if you were living a different lifestyle, like if you were living that whole prep lifestyle and so forth, then it's an easy transitioning into, full blown competing and so forth. But then
Right.
you would have to cut down on your pre-workout intake from 15 scoops to one.
Damn. See, that's pretty much what it is for me.
It's all about the pre-workout. It's not even about training, right? It's about the pre-workout.
By the pre-workout.
That's why you're young blood.
Bingo. Yeah, honestly, like I've never followed a program either, like workout program. I've always just freeballed it pretty much.
I like it.
And no, I have like my own structured split that I have all in my head.
Yeah.
It's not written on paper. It's not anywhere. You won't find anything I do written down. You'll never find a scale with me either. Like I'm just like the most like free.
You
like,
are.
That's why like I don't mind doing these gym bro skits because like deep down somewhere in me, like I am a gym bro. I just take the lifting part super fucking serious, and I'm consistent, and like I do know what I'm doing through. There's just so much experience, but like when it comes down to like the minor details that like a lot of like bodybuilders and lifters, I just like.
I like it, Luke. All right, we learned a lot today. I feel like we learned a lot.
You think I like totally flopped and ruined your podcast right now?
No, I think this is like a pure 10 stars out of 100.
I feel like you're just being nice to me.
That's impossible. Why would I do that?
But no goals, man. Like just basic minor goals. Like I want to hit 20K on Instagram at like 19.6, and I've been really off YouTube, so like I've been at 16,000 like 999. I've never hit 17. Like that'd be cool. Like that's not something I'm just throwing that in there. And TikTok obviously 200,000 at the moment would be the next milestone. So I like milestones. I set like goals throughout the day, but again, just to answer the question, because we kind of like I just don't really have these long term. Like I have like a little bit somewhere in my head, like where I would like to be. Like obviously I don't, I want to be somewhere different than here, but especially 5 years, bro. But yeah, to answer your question, I'm not this like super. Yeah, I'm just basic as fuck, dude.
Got it, Luke. Yeah. Got it.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh man.
Yo, someone's I don't know.
Look, we gotta do more skits, dude. We gotta do more skits, right? You know what somebody said to me? The skit that you put up on your page, they were like, oh shit, when he called you Pops, or when I was doing like, oh my god, he's coming back. He's like, you did a skit with him before, right? I was like, yeah, and I showed him. I was like, okay, this looks like a continuation.
You kind of, I mean, sort of.
Yeah, because if you really think about it, because it could be technically a continuation. Because when you were in there, you were like all different personalities,
right?
And now it's like shit, he's back again.
Right, exactly. So you know me, you know who I am in the videos now. So like we can like obviously branch off that and continue our journey.
our TikTok journey.
Yeah. So like maybe like so I don't want to say anything. I don't want to spoil nothing.
All right, we're gonna hold on to it. All right, we're gonna do that off camera.
Ideas, but the brain's starting to flow right now.
I see it. You get excited. Make sure you jot it down so you don't forget it.
I don't do that either. No, I'm just kidding. I do that. I write my ideas down on my notes in my phone.
I know. I seen it. All right, guys. So there's Luke. Again, I'll point it out for those who weren't looking. There's Mr. Biceps.
I make sure they know I'm decently swole.
Of course, bro. There's his page again. So for you guys, if you see it, give him a follow on TikTok, and
Thank you. That would be very much appreciated.
and also on Instagrammy right here. Get him over there.
Almost at 20K. So that's a goal.
I like it. Yeah. And then almost at 200. That's a super goal right there. I like
Super
it.
goal. Super goal.
Super goal. See that? That's the best video right there. That was the best one.
Yep. Damn.
So, all right, guys. So we're gonna end it on this night. Luke, thanks for jumping on.
Hey, thanks for having me, Matt. It was a pleasure.
We're hanging out again, son. Okay.
Yes, of course, pops. Come on now.
See you, Luke. Give me 1 sec.